clarinet, the trumpet. Hey, trumpet, yeah, that's an instrument. This is attack the, right? This is attack the sound. Oh, we attack the sound? I don't know. No. How y'all doing? This is Vante. I'm the saxophonist for Attack the Sound, and this is Meet the Band. 3rd grade is when I got into music. Of course, like every other kid, I wanted to play the drums. Did not happen. I was like the 30th person to sign up, and it was like, look, we got like 15 to 18 other drummers. Here, pick from these. Bruh. I had to choose between the trumpet and the clarinet. I don't remember what made me choose the clarinet, but I ended up going with the clarinet. Started playing that, started learning music theory. Hated it, didn't want to do music theory. It was forced upon me still. From there, I played different instruments. I went from clarinet, I played trumpet, French horn, marching trombone, saxophone, obviously, baritone, tenor. I helped out with percussion, high school, middle school, anything music related, I had my hands in it. As I got older, I started to do a little bit of production, started playing keys. We all know I wanted to play keys like everybody else. You want to impress the women, you know how that go. I had an interest in words, started to write, learned how to rap, taught myself freestyling, production, anything music I started to do. Let's start from the beginning, because you got middle school and high school. Middle school and high school, I was in every band possible. Then from there, I went to Columbia. I was in a bunch of different bands. I was in the pop orchestras. I was actually in singing, I forgot to mention that earlier. I was in a couple gospel choirs. At Columbia, I was also in a band called Obi. We were pretty popular, started to do a lot of things around the city. That's where I got most of my bigger gigs. That's where I really got like my start, where I started to learn things about the industry, about behind the scenes, about promoters, venues, and the music business aspect. But just all the different classes I was in, we had to perform nonstop. And then from there, I got into Attack the Sound. So how I ended up getting in Attack the Sound, actually, my homie Obi, he played sax too. He was actually borrowing my sax for a couple gigs. Real cool guy. He put me on because he told me about a gig for Bianca Shaw to play sax, because he wanted to start his own career and stuff like that. So I'm like, sure, I'll take the gig. It was for Taste of Chicago. When I was there, I was professional and showed up on time, got us a good spot. You know, stuff that you want to portray for yourself when you're starting to get into any business, you know, being professional. It'll get you places, get you far. That's the first thing David noticed, because David was the first person there, which I'm sure at the time he was usually the first person there. So to show up and be like, this new guy beat me here and got a good spot, like, who is this dude? So I'm there. We actually performed. David actually wasn't performing. So in my head, I'm like, who is this guy? What is he doing? He's out here just hyping the crowd, like this is the hype man. So at the end of the show, we all played. It was a great show. David pulled me to the side. He talked to me. He was like, hey man, you sound great. It was great. I got this rehearsal if you want to come through to play. I came through to play, and I just stuck from there. That was the first time I met David. And in rehearsal, he seen how I could play, and you know, stuff like that drew him in. So he was able to hit me up from there, see where my head was at, what I was doing, what bands I'm in, my availability, stuff like that, and we just linked from there. So generally, Attack the Sound. That's a good question. And it's a good question because there's so many different avenues of music where everybody derives from. So it's like, as we call it, it's shy pop, but from everybody else, you have a taste of everything. You have a taste of R&B. Some people bring in a taste of blues. Some people bring in a taste of jazz, hip hop. So it's like you have all these styles that come in, and you have a melting pot of all these styles, along with the writing of David. And so it's like those suggestions all mixed in together makes what we have, Attack the Sound. All right, y'all. This is Vante. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next episode of Meet the Band.